Hello everybody and welcome to today's class. It's going to be a two-parter today. We're starting with 30 minutes on the mat and then an optional 20 minutes of standing towards the end. If you have light weights, go ahead and grab them. If you don't worry about it. When you're ready, find your way to your mat. We'll start in a comfortable seated position, whatever that is for you, cross-legged, legs out in front of you. You can sit in a long butterfly. Honestly, whatever you want to do, I'm cool with. Take your hands to the tops of your legs. Give me a big roll of the shoulders as you open up through your chest. Let the shoulder blades slide down and back, and we'll take 4 deep breaths from there. Inhale through the nose, filling the body up with air, expanding through the rib cage from side to side and front to back. And then exhale out, let it all go. Good. For 3, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good. For 2, inhale. And exhale, let it go. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. With that last one, we're going to inhale as we reach the arms up overhead, palms facing me. Exhale as you bend into the elbows, gently press the chest forward. Inhale, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale as you bend into the elbows, gently pressing the chest forward for 3. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. Arms come back up to that goalpost. Let's exhale, draw the arms together, round back through the spine. And then exhale again. You're going to open up through the arms, gently press the chest forward. Same kind of thing. We pull the arms together, round back through the spine. And then exhale, open up for 2 more. 1 more. Good. With that last one, both hands come down. We're going to slide the right hand out, reach the left arm up and over. Still pressing down into that left hip, finding space from hip to armpit to middle finger. Go ahead and come up through center, taking the left hand down, reaching the right arm up. We're now in the part of the year where I need a towel on my mat at all times or else I will slip and we will have a work casualty. Or a work-related injury. What is that called? Like, I cannot think of words today. 1 more each side. We go up and over towards the right. And then up and over towards the left. Good. And then we'll come up through center. And then kind of again, we're going to come up and over towards the right. And we'll make a big circle with the left arm. Left side comes down. We'll do that same thing on the right. How did I do it? This way. Circle up and over. Right hand comes down. We sweep that left arm out. Up and over. Okay, right hand goes in front. Up and over. Good. So we get a little bit of rotation as we reach that opposite arm forward. And then obviously we get that nice big circle through the shoulder. Let's do 1 more each side because I think that will feel kind of nice. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to take the legs so they come in front of us, bending into your knees, feet about hips distance apart. If you have weights and you'd like to use them, you're going to grab onto them here. Reaching your weights and your arms in front of you, you'll inhale, sit up tall, exhale, tuck and roll, come about halfway down. Inhale there, and then exhale, you just bring it right back up. That's all. Inhale at the top, exhale as you tuck and roll. Inhale and exhale, bring it right back up. Good. For 3. For 2. 1 more. You're coming back halfway, holding it right there. Taking the left arm, you inhale as you bend into the elbow, drawing the elbow back behind you. Exhale, push forward. Same thing on the right. Bend the elbow, rotate to the right. Exhale, push forward for 3. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. Arms reach forward. You come all the way up to seated. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck and roll. It's going to have kind of an arms and abs vibe today. Inhale, exhale, bring it right back up. Vibe. For 3, roll it back. I'm honestly kind of having a Monday in terms of my teaching words, teaching brain. For 2. So sorry, everybody. One more. Good. This time we're going to come halfway back. As we do, we lift one arm up, right up in line with the ear, and then bring it up through center. Same thing, other side. We go back. Just for 3. For 2. And then one more. Good. Arms go in front of us, and one more time we inhale, sit up tall, exhale, tuck in, roll about halfway. Inhale, and then exhale, bring it right back up. For 3, inhale. Good. For 2. One more. Good. We come halfway back. You're going to hold it here. Flip your palms down. Exhale as you bend into the elbows, drawing them out in line with the shoulders. Inhale, push the arms forward, trying to maintain that C curve for 3. For 2, getting the shoulders nice and warm. Last one. Good. Reach forward, roll yourself all the way up, and then butterfly the legs, pulling the soles of the feet together, pressing out onto the knees, maybe hinging forward at the hips. Good. Okay, good news is we are putting the weights off to the side. Bad news is we're going to do some side lying leg work, although I don't think it is bad news. I think you guys genuinely like it. So scoot your left hip towards the back edge of your mat. We're going to lay down so that we're all the way on our left side, and you can extend your left arm out, lay like this. You can bend the elbow, whatever. Reach your legs so they go out towards the top corner of that mat. And I know we do side lying leg work all the time, so if it feels repetitive, I don't know, it's good for you. Honestly, it's good for you to do the same stuff. Reach the right leg up. You're going to push it back so it goes behind your hip. I want you to point your toe. And then we start to draw rainbows with the leg. You're going to come up and over towards the front, and then exhale again. You go up and over, reaching towards that back corner. We go up and over, and then again up and over. Good. Just for 4. For 3. For 2, and then one more. Good. Leg comes behind you. We keep going with that rainbow. You just add in a pulse. We come forward. You're going to go up, down, and then back up and around to the back. We go up, down, back up, and around for 4. Up and around. We go for, well, no, that's still 4. This is 3. Pulse up, down, back up, and around. For 2, up, down, back, and around. Up, down, back, and around. Last one. Good. And then you're just going to pull that right leg so it comes down on top of the left. From here, we extend the right leg back out when you're ready. We draw 4 big circles. Inhale as you lift up, circle forward towards me, and then exhale, kick that right leg back for 3. For 2, trying to stay stable through that left side. If you can feel or see your knee or your foot moving, we're going too far. This is our last one in this direction. And then you reverse the direction, kicking forward towards me, exhaling as you lift up and around for 3. For 2. One more. Good. Lower that right leg down and then take a roll forward so that you're all the way down on your front. Forearms a little bit wider than your shoulders. Hands are in front of your shoulders, and then legs reach back. I'm like trying to press into my weights. Tops of the feet pressing down. We're lifting up through the kneecaps, flexing the quads. Inhale as you press into your hands, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale as you lower all the way back down. If you'd like to do more, you exhale, press up, lifting up through the elbows and the front of the hips. Inhale as you lower all the way back down. We'll just do 2. And then one more. Good. And then with that last one, I just want you to roll over so that you come right onto your right side. And I know you have to look at my butt. Sorry, but we're just making this a nice, like, efficient class. Reach those legs so they go out towards the front corner of your mat. Now we have the right leg on bottom. You're flexing your foot. We're going to lift the left leg up. Give me an inhale as you go up and over towards the front, and then exhale, you take it up and over towards the back, okay? And you'll keep going like that. I need to move or else I'm gonna hit things. Up and over. We just go for 4. For 3, this also gives you a different view of the body positioning, unless I made you roll away from your mat, then you can't see me. That was 2. This is our last one. And now we add on that pulse. As you come to the front with the left leg, you go up, down, and then you go all the way back up and around towards the back. At the back, you go up, down, and then all the way back towards the front. We go for 4. Back up and around, little lift. Lower, back up and around. This is 3. Back up and around. Little pulse and lower. Back up and around. Here goes 2. One more. Lift, lower, rainbow to the back. We lift, lower, and then you can let the left leg come on top of the right. Take a second and breathe. I know it's such a different feeling to look at the back of my body and not make eye contact with me as we move through class. So if it's throwing you, it's okay. You're gonna make it through, I promise. We're going to take that left leg, you reach it up 4 big circles. Inhale as you lift up, circle forward, and then exhale as you take it back. You go for 3. It doesn't have to be a huge circle. We're trying to keep the hips stacked. You go for 2. And then one more. Good. And then reverse, kick forward, lift up and around as you pull the leg down. You go for 3. For 2. And then one more. Good. Left leg comes down again. You're going to roll yourself forward so that you come onto your front, and we'll take that same back extension. Hands a little bit forward of the shoulder, forearms a little bit wider than your chest. Inhale as you start to lift your gaze, lift your chest. Maybe you come up higher, lifting the elbows and the front of the hips. Inhale as you lower yourself all the way back down. I feel like I said inhale, inhale. Let's try this. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we lower down. Just for 2 more. Lift up. And then lower down. And then one more. Good. We come all the way down. Legs come together. Hands under the shoulders. Press yourself all the way up. And then hips back to heels as you find your child's pose. You can open up through the knees a little bit wider, pressing the chest down towards your mat, pressing into the heels of the hands, getting a little bit of traction from underneath the armpits. Big inhale. And then exhale, you're going to let it go. Good. Okay, from here, when you're ready, we're going to come up into a kneeling position. One weight is coming with you. It's not going to be a normal kneeling position. We're going to go one knee down and then opposite foot forward. So we're starting with the left foot forward with the right knee back. Hips are square. Your foot and your knee are hips distance apart, if not wider than that. Okay. From right here, we're taking the weight so it comes into our right hand. Left hand can come to your hip. You're going to inhale as you reach that left hand down towards, or right hand to the inside of your left foot. Exhale as you pull your weight up towards your shoulder and then unfold. Okay, we'll inhale, bend at the elbow, and then reach it back down towards your foot. Now I'm going to show you from this side, or from this view, what it looks like. You're reaching down, pulling up to the shoulder, and then unfolding. Bend back in, and then reach it down. Good. Not only are we obviously getting work through the shoulder, we do a lot of shoulders, right? But we're also trying to connect into the back of the left leg, pressing down into the heel to stay engaged into the glute and into the hamstring. Let's do 3 more like this. It's 3, For 2. And then 1 more. Good. With that last one, you're going to restack the spine, coming up nice and tall, shoulders right on top of the hips. We take that right hand so it's just in line or in front of the hips, and then exhale, you're going to sweep it up and out into like a half Y. Inhale as you pull back down. Really similar movement to what we just did. We're taking out the bend of the elbow. We're taking out the hinge forward. Keeping the back nice and flat as you reach that right arm up. Trying to keep the right shoulder out of the ear. Good, just for 3. For 2. And then 1 more. Good, you take your arm all the way down. We're going to pull the left knee in and then take that same thing on the right or on the other side with the right foot forward, weight into your left hand. Again, right hand can come to your hip. You're going to hinge forward, reaching the weight down towards the inside of your right foot. On your exhale, you're pulling your weight towards your shoulder and then unfolding, bending into the elbow and then reaching back down. We bring it in, open up, bend, and then reach. Now again, we're trying to activate and engage through the back of the right leg. And how we do that is pressing into the heel. So you might feel hamstring as you start to hinge forward. You might just feel hamstring as you're standing up tall right here, pressing down into the heels. Let's do 3 more. Good. For 2. And last one. Good. With that last one, we rebuild the spine, shoulders right on top of the hips. We're still tucking under through the tailbone, keeping the left arm straight. Exhale, we lift up and out into that half Y. Inhale as you lower down. Exhale, up and out. Inhale, bring it down. Good. Good. Just for 3 more. For 2, 1 more. Good. You take your left arm down. We're going to pull that right knee so it comes back in line with the left, and then we get 2 weights in both hands. We're tucking the tailbone under, pulling the elbows in nice and tight to the rib cage. Palms face each other, and then all you do is exhale, open the arms out. Inhale as you pull it right back in. Trying to keep the elbows as close to the rib cage as we can. You may feel like you can handle a little bit more weight right here. You totally could. We're trying to work the muscles in the rotator cuff. So here we get the external and internal rotators actually. Because as we pull those arms towards each other, those are the internal rotators. As we open the arms out, those are the external rotators. Now the shoulder is one of the most mobile joints in our body, but it's full of little tiny muscles and ligaments that hold it all together, which is why a shoulder injury can be so horrible, and it can take a really long time to rehab from it. Let's just do 4 more. For 3, for 2, and 1 more. Good. With that last one, you're lowering your arms down. We're flipping the palms forward, but then kind of angling them out by our sides. We're taking a bicep curl from right here, but instead of your arms tracking right in front of the body, they're tracking just outward a little bit. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, release out. And release. Curl and release. Checking in with the rest of the body. We have even pressure through both knees. We're still engaged through our core, actively tucking the tailbone under, thinking about pulling the pubic bone right about here in line with the belly button. Okay. Good. Let's do 4 more. 4. For 3. For 2. And 1 more. Good. Arms come all the way down. You're going to flip the palms forward, soft bend into the elbows, big exhale as you lift the arms up, circling out by your sides and then lowering down just for 3. For 2. 1 more. Good. Reverse direction, opening up and out, and then lowering down for 3, for 2. Good. One more. Good. Arms come all the way down. You can take your weights, just put them off to the side, and then just take a second. You can bring hands towards the shoulders, take those little circles, see if that feels okay. Sometimes just ditching the weights is all you need. Good. And then reach your arms out to T. We're going to cross left arm over right as we pull through center, open, and then cross right arm over left for 4, for 3, for 2. One more. Good. And then arms come all the way down. Good. Okay. From here, we're going to take the weights back with us, weights into both hands. Your forearms are going to come down to your mat about shoulder distance apart. And then I'll let you choose if you want to be down on your knees or if you'd like to pop up onto your toes and find a full forearm plank. For me right now, I'd prefer to be on my knees, but you're more than welcome to pop up onto the toes, find that forearm plank from right here. Okay, you're going to take a big inhale, reach energy out through the crown of your head. Exhale, let it go. And then when you're ready, we're going to take that left forearm. You can bring it towards the center of your mat. We're going to open up towards the right. Now you can stay both knees down for this forearm side plank. You can extend the top leg out. You can also have the feet stacked or staggered. So if you're on both of the toes, you could do that too. We're taking the weight that's in the right hand. You're going to exhale, pull up towards the shoulder and then reach. Bend the elbow, and then lower down. I don't want you to rotate on this one, pulling weight towards the shoulder and reaching up, bending into the elbow, and lowering down for 3. For 2. One more. Good. With that last one, you're going to keep the arm nice and straight, soft bend into the elbow. It's a big exhale as you reach up and out. Inhale as you pull the arm right back down. Now here we can get a little bit of rotation. Exhale up and out. Inhale, bring it down. Good. Up and out. And then take it down. We're doing 3 more. Up and out. For 2. One more. Good. Good. Now with that last one, see if you can stay up on the forearm. We're going to take the elbow so it comes in by the rib cage, palm faces the shoulder. Start with the bicep curl, bending in and then releasing, bending and releasing. If you'd like to do more, as your arm is out, you're going to drop the hips. As you curl, you're going to lift the hips. Release and lower, curl and lift, just for 4. For 3. For 2, and 1 more. Good. Hips lower down. You can take your weight, just put it off to the side. Press up off of your left forearm. Bangs are in the way. And then go up and over towards the right, trying to stretch out through that left side. We just got a lot of active work through the left side oblique, so now it's time to find length and space from hip to rib cage. Big inhale, breathe into that space that just got all that nasty work, but nasty in a good way. And then when you're ready, we press up through center. Again, you're finding weights in both hands. We'll reset again by coming into that forearm plank. Forearms about shoulder distance apart. You can choose if you want knees down or feet back. Again, just because I'm tired, knees are staying down and there's nothing wrong with that. Inhale here. Exhale, let it go. And then when you're ready, right forearm comes to the center. You're going to turn towards the left. And if you need to turn and then reset, that's what I want you to do, okay? I'm gonna have the knees down, but you can have one leg extended. You can have both feet out. That's cool with me. We're taking that left arm. You're going to bend the elbow, pull the weight towards your shoulder, and then unfold, bend, and then you can tap the weight down. Exhale, pull, release, bend, and lower. We'll do that for 3 more. Pull up and reach. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. With that last one, you're keeping the arm with a slight bend into the elbow. Big exhale as you open up. Inhale, you can thread that arm underneath you. Good. Exhale, open up. Inhale, lower down. Let's do 3 more. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. If you can stay lifted through your side, I want you to do that. Bring your elbow to your rib cage, palm flipping up. We exhale, bicep curl. Inhale, release. Curl and release. If you want to do more as your hips are down, no, as your arm is out, your hips are down. As you curl, you lift the hips. Lower and lift. We go for 3. For 2. 1 more. Hips come down, you take that weight, put it off to the side. Feet can stay where they're at, press yourself up, and then reach up and over, stretching out through that right side. Pressing down into the right hip, finding space from hip to armpit all the way up towards that middle finger. And if you need to come out of it for a second and then come back in, please do that. Good. When you're ready, everything comes up through center. You're just going to take a second. Hands are coming down to your mat. Knees are going back behind your hips. Okay, spread out through your fingertips nice and wide. You're going to inhale as you arch into your back, open up your chest, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale as you press up and away, curving the spine. Hold the curve in your spine, reach your hips towards your heels. Exhale, pull things forward, and then inhale, release the spine, opening up the chest. Exhale, press up and away, nice big curve. Good, hold the curve, reach your hips back. Hold the curve, pull forward. Inhale, arch the back. For 2, exhale, press up and away. Hips towards the heels. Pull things forward and then release. 1 more, press up and away. Hips towards the heels. Bring it forward and then you can release. Okay, take a second, let your belly pull down, let the shoulders sink down. And then you're gonna press up and away. Okay, pressing into the heels of the hands, we tuck the toes under. Exhale as you draw in from the lower abs, hover the knees. Inhale, another big exhale, press the hips up and back, drive the heels down. Inhale, shift forward to knee hover. Exhale, you're gonna press up and back. Heels press down to straight legs. Inhale, pull forward, hover the knees. Exhale, press up and away. Good, for 3. For 2, and then 1 more. Good, press the hips up and back, press the heels down towards your mat, start to walk your hands in towards your feet, anchoring your heels down, soft bend into the knees, okay? Left hand stays down, you're going to inhale, bend more into the left knee, reach that right arm up. Exhale, bring it down through center, right hand down, bend into that right knee, reach the left arm up. Good, take it through center. Straight or like a little bit bent knees, you'll start to roll yourself so that you come all the way up to stand. Now, once you get all the way up to stand, this means that you have made it into part 2. Once you get all the way up to stand, we're coming towards the center of our mat. We're gonna start by grabbing onto our weights, okay? You're right in the center. Heels are coming together, your toes are going to go apart. You're going to tuck the tailbone, soft bend into the knees, okay? From here, arms come down by your sides. It's a slight bend into the elbows. You're going to inhale as you lift the arms up. Exhale as you lower them back down. Exhale as you lift up. Inhale as you lower down. Now, the bend into your knees, how deep you want to bend those is totally up to you. And lower. For 3. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. Arms come down. You're going to flip the palms towards each other. Again, still that soft bend into the elbows. Big exhale as you lift up and out. Arms a little bit forward of the shoulders. Inhale as you pull things back down. Exhale up and out. Inhale as you take it down. It won't be a lot. We're going for 3. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. Arms come down. Let's pull elbows into the rib cage. And then take that same bicep curl that we did down on the mat. Exhale, bend the elbows, weights towards the shoulders. Inhale as you release. Good. Check in with the rest of your body. We're anchoring down into the heels. We're pressing into the big toes. We're pressing into the outside edges of the feet. You're actively tucking the tailbone, pulling the pubic bone up in line with the belly button. Good. And then releasing any tension that you might be feeling through your body. Taking a moment to just drop the arms, taking a big exhale, letting everything go. Good. Let's just go for 4. For 3, for 2, and then 1 more. Good. Arms lower down. You can stand all the way up. Take a second and breathe. And then from right there, we're going to change foot positioning, stepping the left foot forward. Right foot's going to step back. Okay. So we're in like a staggered stance, like you're about to go down into a curtsy lunge. Okay. We're going to stay upright. Stay upright and then keep the palms facing each other. Now we take a hammer curl. So all that means is the palms are facing your body. Okay, you're going to bend the elbows. But from here, as we bend the elbows, we're going to bend the knees and then press back up. We'll bend and lift. Bend and lift. Bend and lift. Good. Bend and lift. Now with my front foot, I have a little turnout of my toe. And that feels okay right now. You can try that if you want to, or if you feel especially wobbly. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, you're bending into the knees, holding the legs still. We bicep curl for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, hold the curl, pulse the legs for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to stand all the way up. Take a second and breathe. Okay, you can lower the arms down. And then we're going to take a slight hinge forward. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what that's going to look like, okay? Slight hinge forward, little bend into that front leg. Your weights are just going to be reaching out in front of you, palms face the legs. Okay, get a little bit lighter through that back foot. You're going to inhale as you pull the back foot in, back foot in to meet the left. And then exhale, you step back out, okay? We bring it in and then reach it out. Bring it in, and then reach it back. Good. Just for 4, for 3, for 2, and then 1 more. Good. From there, you can stand all the way up, pushing out of that front leg, and then we'll pull the feet together to switch it over to the other side. Okay, right foot in front, left foot's going to cross behind. You're up on those left toes. Slight bend into the knees to start so we can tuck that tailbone under, and then palms stay facing in towards your legs. You're going to bend the knees as you bend your elbows, and then press into that front heel, come up to stand. Bend and lift, bend and lift, and that's all it is. Bend and lift, bend and lift. We go for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, we're gonna come down, hold it right here. Legs stay still. You release the arms for 4 bicep curls. 4, for 3, for 2, 1 more. Good, and then come back into the bicep curl, hold it there, pulse the legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand all the way up, release the arms, and then let me turn to the side so you can see from the side, because I think that's the easiest way to get into this. We're still tucking under through the tailbone, slight bend into that knee as you hinge forward. Arms are just reaching in front of you, okay? Those weights are kind of pulling you down towards the mat. We get lighter through those left toes, pull the left foot in to meet the right, and then step it back out. Left foot comes in, left foot steps out. Good. In and out, just for 4, for 3, for 2, And then one more. Good. Left foot steps back. You stand up out of that front leg. Take a moment. Breathe. And then when you're ready, you can step the feet together. Just take a second, okay? We'll bring the feet so they go about hips distance apart. I know we did a lot of squats yesterday in the Magic Circle class, but we're not gonna do a whole lot. It's just gonna be so we can hit triceps. Feet about hips distance apart. We're gonna start with bent elbows, hands towards the shoulders. As you send your hips back, you're going to extend the arms back. Straight arms, straight spine. Press into the heels, come up to stand. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, stand. Lower. And lift. Now, if you don't have weights, or if you're like me and you just don't want to use your weights anymore, you take the same thing from right here. Good. Good. Just for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, find your squat, reach the arms back, little pulses up and up. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the lower body still. Pulse the hands in and in, in and in. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then you stand all the way up. Good. If you still have weights in your hands, just put them off to the side. We can be done with them. Walk your feet out wider than your hips. All 10 toes are facing forward. You're going to inhale as you sit down and back into that left hip. Exhale as you press up through center. And then inhale, we take it over towards the right and up through center. We go to the left and then to the right. Good. To the left and right. Good. Left and right. We did this in last week's balance class, so it should still be pretty fresh in your brain. As you're going over to one side, we're trying to get the hip, knee, and ankle all in one line. If you're going too far, you might notice, but you might not. If you don't have like a mirror in your room and you don't have something that you can see yourself in, like, I don't know, a reflection in a window or the reflection in the computer screen, you may see if you step out too far, your hip is back here, your knee is over here. We want the two things to be in line, okay? So sometimes it's not as far of a step as you think. Good, let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, one more. Good. We're going to come up through center, hands towards the shoulders. Now we go for tempo. You reach that right hand down and then switch, 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 switch. Good. We keep that hinge forward. We keep the hips nice and low. If this is a little bit too much, you go back into the slower pace, alternating lateral lunge. We're here for 15 more seconds. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything comes up through center, and then just take a second, little shake through the shoulders, bring the feet in, just start to march. Good. Okay, a couple deep breaths. I know it's mean of me to ever throw in any cardio element ever, but cardio is good for us. Okay, when you're ready, feet are coming back out nice and wide. You're doing a little turn out of the toes, a turn in of the heels, tucking the tailbone under. And just taking a second to think about it. Inhale as you bend into the knees, you lower down to squat. Exhale as you press into the heels, you stand back up. It's an inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Drive down into those heels and then bring it right back up. Lower. Lower and lift. Lower. Good. It doesn't have to be a super low squat. We're trying to open up at the hip, open up at the knee. That's really all it is. If you need to bring the feet in a little bit closer, please do that if that's what's going to make you feel more comfortable. I'm all about it. If you need a little hinge forward, that's cool too. All right, we're here for 4, for 3, for 2. 1 more. You're gonna stand up, take a second and breathe before we make this a combination movement. This one we haven't done in a while, so I'm gonna demo it slowly for you, and then you can go ahead and get in. We're going to inhale, lower down to squat. As you exhale and stand, shift your weight into that left foot, and then turn the right toes out so that you find a lunge. You're going to come back through center, and then as you stand up, it's the same thing the other way. So we have that slight turnout of the toes. If it's too wide, you're gonna know right away. We have to angle the hips towards that top corner of the mat. Okay, so when you're ready, it's an inhale, lower, and an exhale, lunge. We squat and then lunge. Squat and lunge. Squat and lunge. Whoop. And it's okay if you lose your balance. You guys see me all the time. I always lose my balance. But this one is really a matter of getting that back foot in the right spot so that we can angle the hips in the right spot. Good. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Everything comes up through center, and then just start to march through your legs. Whew. Okay. Take a second, breathe. I'm just going to scoot my mat back. Keep marching. Keep on marching. Good. Okay. Now when you're ready to like we're moving into our cool down portion of this standing class, so walk your feet out nice and wide. All 10 toes can turn forward. We reach the arms out to T. Inhale as you twist over towards the left. We're reaching the right hand to the left foot, reaching the left arm back. Exhale as you come up through center, D twist, or D rotate, and then take it to the other side. D twist, that's not a word. Good, we go for 2. One more. Good, and then once your arms are back out to T, you're going to inhale as you hinge forward at the hips, reaching your hands down for the mat. Heel toe your feet in a little bit closer. Inhale as you bend into your knees, finding a nice deep squat. Exhale as you press into your heels, push the hips up to relatively straight legs. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, press into the heels, press the hips back up. Let's go for 2, bend. And then press. 1 more, bend. And then press, hips up, and same thing we did before in that transition between class parts. Bend into your left knee, left hand stays down, reach that right arm up. Come down through center, right hand down, bend the right knee, reach the left arm up. Good. For 2. And then 1 more. Good. Both hands are coming down. You can straighten out through the legs and then start to roll up through your spine, rebuilding each little piece, restacking each little piece. Shoulders come on top of the hips, crown of the head lifts up once you come up to stand. It's an inhale. And then exhale, nod chin to chest, round forward through the spine. Start to roll it all the way down, finding length through the spine, decompressing on the way down. Hands can come down. You can take a little bit of a bigger bend into the knees. Inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way back up. Good. When you come back up, both hands are going to come over towards the left. You can stack that right hand on top of the left. Again, we're going to roll down, nodding chin to chest, but just sliding down that right leg. Or left leg, sorry. Maintaining some pressure in the right heel. Inhale at the bottom, exhale as you roll all the way up that left side. Good. Coming up through center, we move over to the right. Left hand stacks on top of right. We roll it down on that right side. Inhale. Exhale, bring it all the way back up. Good. From there, feet can come closer to each other, maybe about hips distance apart. Let's take that left heel in front of us. Toes are lifted. You're going to inhale as you send the hips back, bending into your right knee, scooping the hips down. Exhale, come all the way up through center, and we'll switch the feet. Hinge and reach. Let's go for 2. And then 1 more. Good, and then with that last one, feet can come a little bit wider than your hips. Reach the arms out to T, and then cross the left arm over. You're going to grab a hold of that left forearm with your right hand. Trying to drop the shoulder away from the ear. I'm like, I don't know where my mic is, but doing this. Inhale. Exhale, release that left arm, and then take the same thing on the right. Drawing the right arm across the body, holding on with that left hand. Good, inhale, release, and then let's take the left arm up overhead. You're going to reach the left hand towards the right shoulder, and then grab onto the tricep with your right hand. Good, inhale. Exhale, release the arms, same thing, other side. We bend into the right elbow, reaching for the left shoulder, or even the middle of the back, holding onto the tricep with the left hand. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. Good, from there you can drop both of the arms down. Let's take a big inhale, generous bend into the knees. Sweep the arms down, and then inhale, reach the arms up. Good. From here, once you're up and standing, press down into the heels, reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Really big inhale, stretch up super tall, good as long as you can be. And then exhale, press the hands down. Good. Little roll of the shoulders, take any other stretches you need, and you guys are all finished with me for the day. Remember, you're awesome. You can do anything you put your mind to, and I'll see you back here for our next class.